like Kamal actually come in when you write your music?
How does he come in? He's a really good producer.
Thank you.
He can really pick out a good beat and a good bass line. And he records really well with a friend. But of course I pay for the services.
Not me.
In kind.
In kind.
And
she cooks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good food.
So when you produce a song, so how many people are actually involved in the actual production?
Okay.
Mainly 3 to 4.
Yeah.
It's I write, then this guy Peter will he'll record.
Peter
we
is
do a bit of producing as well, and he does the producing.
Peter Hendricks. He's our recording engineer. So what happens is, as soon as Nick is ready with a list of songs,
we'll book the studio.
Before we even go into the recording studio, we have the musicians come here first, right? And then we plan the parts, yeah, and then they will come up with their own ideas on how it could be better. And then we have invested in really good instruments as well. So we play and jam those songs and work it out with those instruments, and then we restring those instruments and we bring it to the studio, and then we have one afternoon session just doing guitars for all the songs, and then the following day just vocals, and then we do what's acoustically necessary, like vocals and acoustic guitars in the studio, and then we bring the rest of the work home, because we do have a small home studio, and pretty much
don't tell the whole secret out, like
yeah, okay,
yeah. We need to leave some magic behind, you know.
And that's where I come in after that. After that is where I come in. As soon as Peter's done his job with laying down the tracks, making sure it's good, and the takes are good. Ultimately, if she or I don't like the takes, we'll just do a take again.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to the studio.
How many takes do you usually take on average?
Oh, it depends.
Vocals wise. Do you run through the entire song or just?
Yeah, I'll do the
yeah.
entire song, then
First.
I'll take it in parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then each part I'll probably have to do it like
3-4 times?
3 to 6 times, 3 to 8 times. It really depends. The screamy parts a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm interested, like, okay, in a studio recording, right, can you tell me what are the different roles that each and every person in a studio plays? Because, you know, in Singapore, we don't really have the privilege of having recording studios as common as other countries do, right? So I would really like to know, like, you know, how does the studio work? Yeah.
Okay. First, we've got the recording engineer. What he does is he gets the studio prepped up and ready before any musicians come in. So he makes sure that everything is working, because time is money in the studio. So when they come, everything's got to be working and ready to go. So, and he's the guy who hits the record button and just to make sure that the tracks are being recorded. So he's the recording engineer, who sometimes also is the producer as well, whereby if he doesn't like the take, he will say, no, do it again. I could hear your breathing, or, you know, I heard something weird, and no, let's do it again. He also could do that as well. And then comes the mixing engineer, who would come in and just level everything out, put a bit of EQ, a bit of magical touches, and, you know, make it sound like one song.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
But in Singapore, it's not uncommon for these 3 roles to be one person.
So to overlap.
Yeah.
It happens that one guy does it all. One guy is the mixing engineer, the recording engineer, and also the producer, all in one. But sometimes it's good to have a different idea and a concept. That's why whenever I go into the studio, I always would like to seek advice, you know, or you know, just in case, because if it could sound better in someone else's ears, I would then ask the producer or just the regular recording engineer, like, what do you think of this? What if we did it this way? What if we did it that way? Or if he had his own ideas, it might even work out better. So it's always good to have extra heads sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, like, we all know that the music scene in Singapore is really small, and although it's growing, we are still moving kind of slow. So what are your thoughts about making music as a career in Singapore?
I think there is definitely opportunities, but it really depends on how determined you are, how talented you are, how much you practice, and also how thick your skin is. Just gotta put yourself out there, and that is probably something that I don't have. He's always telling me to just do it, get out there, don't be shy, just put crazy makeup and dance like mad. But I'm trying. I'm honing that part of me.
Any particular episode or story that you can share that such thing happened before?
Of me screaming?
No, of you like putting yourself out there to like promote yourself.
Actually, I mean, just in pubs, when you perform out there, the first few songs you're a bit, you have
stiff.
the nerves, a bit stiff.
Uptight,
But yeah, as you progress, right, towards the last few songs, you really just
loosen up.
You realize that
and
people
have fun.
don't care. They just want to be entertained.
That's it. Yeah,
and
they
then
don't care.
Yeah.
They just want to be
So
entertained.
how
Yeah.
have you been actually?